All right, you
Okay.
should be good.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I hope you are.
Doing good. Doing good.
Good. If you have a question for Hubert, go ahead and use the raise hand tool. Jeremiah Holloway, you are up first, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Hubert. I just wanted to ask you real quick about RJ Davis and his defense. So yesterday, or not yesterday, after the Miami game, he was saying that that's become a, kind of underrated part of his game. And he said it's something that he's worked on a lot, watching film of smaller guards, things like that. I just wanted to ask you, what have you noticed about, his, defensive efforts this season and just how you've seen him grow on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's highly rated for me. I mean, it's not underrated, from my standpoint at all. I mean, you know, I think, there's a couple things this year that RJ has just been a lead at and grown. One is in his leadership, and just how he has led this team, which has been fantastic. But his defense has just been off the chart. I mean, we require and ask a lot of him, on both ends of the floor. And defensively, most of the time he's guarding the opposing team's best perimeter player. And he has stepped up to the challenge the entire season. His defense has on the ball, off the ball, communication, energy, and effort. He was the only guy that could guard Pack this past Saturday, and he's been doing it all year. And I'm just it's not underrated. It's highly rated from my standpoint of the impact that he's had on this team from a defensive standpoint.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Michael Coe, go ahead.
Morning, Hubert. Looking at Syracuse, they seem to be sort of in a similar spot with Miami, where not only are they right beside each other in the standings, but it seems like Syracuse really needs like a big win to get their season going in the second half. Have you communicated that to the guys about the energy that they can expect from the Orange, and what have you seen them improve since your first meeting with them last month?
Well, we get everybody's best shot. So, I mean, the energy that we get, from opposing teams, it's always going to be at a high level. So, in terms of specifically addressing that, that's something doesn't even have to be mentioned. It's known. I mean, Syracuse is 11-2 at home. Really good basketball team. I'm a huge fan of Coach Autry, and they've got, some guys that are some of the better players in our conference. And they're a team that leads the ACC in steals and forced turnovers. And so it's just going to be huge for us to take care of the basketball. If we take care of the basketball and rebound, it puts us in a good position on the road. But as I said before, they're a good basketball team and they play even better at home. And we know that.
Thank you.
Henry O'Brien, go ahead, sir.
Morning, Coach. Just with that Syracuse matchup, you guys at home last time beat them by over 30 points. How do you, just as a coach and a coaching staff, kind of like keep the team from looking at this game as like looking past it, or just like, oh, we beat these guys by a lot, we can do it again? Like, how do you keep them fresh?
Well, I mean, we have a mature group, understanding that, in our first matchup, we were at home, we played really well, and they didn't play particularly well. And those things happen. And that we understand that Syracuse is a really good basketball team. And as I said before, they're even better at home. And they've got some of the better players in our conference. And so, one of the things I always tell the guys is focus on what is real. And what is real is our preparation, our practice for Syracuse tomorrow night. And if we dive into the process, which is the preparation and the practice, our play will take care of itself. It doesn't matter who we play. We play Syracuse, play the Denver Nuggets. Doesn't matter. Like our concentration is on our improvement and us playing the best that we can play. And that's where our focus is.
Thank you.
Royal Howell, go ahead.
Good morning, Coach. I hope you're doing well.
Good.
Coach, can you just speak on from a maturity aspect on your guard Elliott could do, where Saturday, he had season high 19 points, 8 dimes, 4 steals, but he seemed after the game, I think he said he's his biggest critic, and he reiterated having 5 turnovers. Can you just speak on the maturity aspect on what does that mean for you as a coach to have someone that wants to put the team first and not worried about his own self, points, steals? He's worried about the turnovers.
Well, I mean, that's, one of the many reasons why, we recruited Elliott and wanted him here. He's a team player. He just instinctively thinks about his teammates and celebrates the success of his teammates even more so than his success out there on the floor. And that's what has endeared himself to this team, to this program. It doesn't surprise me that he, talked about the 5 turnovers as opposed to, having a career high and having 8 assists. But that's who Elliott is. I thought his defense was really good. He continues to improve. He's a tough kid, very confident. He knocked down 2 3 for us, which I thought was huge. Stepped up to the free throw line, hit a big free throw for us. And, against Miami, who does a great job, especially off of ball screens and DHOs, really pressuring and getting steals and deflections. I thought he did a really, really good job. And he's having a terrific freshman year, and I'm just so thankful he's here at North Carolina.
Thanks, Coach.
Go back to Michael Coe.
Coach, I know you're focused on your season, but Coach Forbes and the Carolina baseball team season gets underway on Friday. Could you just describe your friendship with Scott? I know he's mentioned it in the past, but just how that started and how you guys still communicate.
Oh yeah, I've known Coach Forbes for a while. Both of our kids went to the same private school, and so that's the first time that we met and started spending time together. And I know his season is upcoming this week, and he's an outstanding coach, and does it for the right reasons, not just for baseball, but for the interaction and the growth of each one of his players on and off the court and in the classroom, which I think is fantastic. We also have a connection because of our faith. Our foundation is our faith in Jesus, and so we're able to share that together as well. And my wife knows his wife, and our kids know his kids, and I'm really excited about the season for him and the job that he's already done and the job that his team will do this year.
Thanks, Coach.
One final question from Kip Coons.
Yeah, good morning, Hubert.
Morning.
I wanted to ask you, what is responsible for the lack of respect the ACC is getting around the country? It took forever to get a 4th team onto a lot of the bracketology experts' NCAA tournament grids, and yet you've had at least 5 teams ranked within the top 40 of net for quite a while now.
Yeah, I can't speak to that other than I think the ACC is the best conference in college basketball. I've always believed it, and nobody can take me off of it. Just the type of teams, coaching, programs, the success that we've all had in the NCAA tournament, the success that we've had against other conferences, whether in tournament play, preseason play, challenges. Those records and those numbers are real. And just being a part of the ACC as a player, as assistant coach, and now as a head coach, I understand the depth of this conference and how strong it is. And again, going back to the numbers, the true numbers, the success that we've had in the NCAA tournament, the success that we've had against other conferences, I think it speaks for itself.
Hubert, thank you for the time. Appreciate it.
Okay, have a great day, guys.
Thanks, you too. All right, next up, we have Kevin Keats from NC State.